Welcome back. This is episode 10 of the Onside Podcast.
Glad to be here.
So if you've been following along, you know our author has been in Pensacola for a few months now, right? He's really settled into a nice, healthy rhythm with his housemates, Mickey and Sarah.
Yeah, he's doing great. I mean, last week we talked about his entry into the local social life, going to that American church service.
Exactly. He's building these deeper relationships. But today, we are shifting focus entirely to a space that pretty much tests every single new immigrant. We're heading straight into the kitchen.
Oh, man, the kitchen. It is the ultimate proving ground.
It really is.
Yeah.
And, to set the scene, he didn't come totally empty-handed. His mom and sister back in Mumbai actually packed him this thoughtful little starter kit.
Right, the survival kit.
Yeah, so his luggage had lentils, rice, wheat flour, and some foundational spices, like turmeric and red chili powder. But out of fear of immigration rules, they left behind any whole seeds.
Which is totally fair. I mean, you don't want to mess around with agricultural customs.
Right. But that cautious decision leaves him with a huge missing piece. And today we're doing a deep dive into his hilarious and honestly really challenging culinary migration.
It's such a relatable struggle. So the whole inciting incident here is that he decides it's finally time to start cooking for real.
But he desperately needs two things, cumin and mustard seeds.
Yeah, and to get those, you need an Indian grocery store.
Exactly. So he sets out to find one in Pensacola. But you really have to remember the context here. This is 2006.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the 2006 internet was a completely different beast.
It was a digital desert. I mean, think about it. He's using a one-year-old Google Maps Yahoo Local, printing out these clunky MapQuest directions.
Trying to find a hyper-specific local business back then was a nightmare.
What's like navigating a city with a blurry treasure map?
Yeah.
Where the X just drops you into a completely empty intersection.
That's a perfect way to put it. I mean, it's just so frustrating. He's sitting there for hours typing in every possible variation of, like, ethnic market, and he comes up completely empty-handed.
Nothing. Total silence. And then he talks to his friend Sonny, who gives him the harsh reality check.
Yeah. Sonny basically confirms his worst fears. There is no such store locally.
None. Sonny's family literally has to drive to a whole different state, Mobile, Alabama, once a month just to stock up.
And our author doesn't have a car, so that Alabama trip is totally out of the question.
Right. And to make matters worse, his rice supply from the starter kit is dwindling. So with no local market, he has no choice. He has to brave a standard American supercenter.
Oh, boy. The Walmart trip.
Yes. So he heads to Walmart. I'm just picturing him pacing the baking aisles, just assuming rice would naturally sit next to the flour.
Because logically it should, right?
I mean, yeah, that's my question for you, actually. Why wouldn't a basic staple like rice be right there with the baking goods? Flour is there, sugar is there.
Well, it's all about how American supermarkets categorize things back then. He eventually realizes he has to look in a highly specific kind of segregated Latin and international foods aisle.
Okay, so it's a cultural layout, not a functional one.
Exactly. But here's the crazy part. While he's in that international aisle, he spots this brand of rice called Mahatma.
Mahatma, I mean, that sounds super authentic.
Right, but it's a total illusion. He discovers later that Mahatma rice has absolutely zero roots in India.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was actually started by a 1930s Texas milling company.
You are kidding, a Texas company.
Totally American.
Yeah.
They just used the name Mahatma to sound high quality and venerable.
Oh, wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But, from his point of view, even though it's a Texas brand, just seeing that word in a Florida Walmart provided this tiny, unexpected bridge to home.
It's a huge comfort.
And the best part is he finally finds cumin seeds, the jeera, right there in the spice aisle. It's a massive relief.
Oh, I bet. So now, armed with his cumin seeds and a handwritten recipe from his mom, he is finally ready to tackle the stove.
And his first attempt is a spectacular win. He makes aloo gobi, the potatoes, and cauliflower, and it tastes exactly right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It really brought a comforting piece of his mother's kitchen right there to Florida. But, and there's always a but, then he tries the lentils.
Oh, no, the lentils.
It is a disaster. He has this small Indian pressure cooker that he brought with him, and he is intensely intimidated by it.
I don't blame him. If you haven't used one, they are terrifying.
They really are. He's staring at this unfamiliar rubber gasket and that little weighted whistle on top. It's literally like a novice trying to delicately diffuse a sputtering cartoon bomb.
That is exactly what it feels like. You're just waiting for it to blow up.
And that's his biggest fear. He has these terrifying visions of the pot exploding, splattering boiling lentils everywhere, and just ruining Mickey and Sarah's pristine kitchen.
So his fear completely takes over.
Totally. The fear makes him mess with it too much, the results are awful, and he eventually just abandons the pressure cooker entirely.
Just shoves it in the back of the cabinet, right?
Yep, completely gives up on it. So since the lentils were a flop, he pivots. He decides he's going to try making his own bread to pair with his successful aloo gobi.
Okay, chapatis.
Yes, the chapati struggle. It is real. He is constantly ending up with this unworkable, sticky goo on his hands because he keeps misjudging the water-to-flour ratio.
Oh, man. Dough is so unforgiving if you don't know exactly what you're doing.
It really is. So he tries store-bought tortillas as a quick fix.
I mean, they look similar.
They do look similar, but he says the smell and the chewy texture were just totally wrong for the dish. So he's stuck.
Until he calls in reinforcements.
Yes. He calls his aunt in Los Angeles, and she offers him a tip that sounds utterly bizarre.
It is the craziest cooking hack I've ever heard.
I honestly had to read this part twice. Wait, she told him to put silken tofu into traditional chapati dough.
Yes, silken tofu.
A Japanese soy product in an Indian flatbread. How does that even make sense?
Well, he didn't even know what tofu was at the time, but he was so desperate he eagerly tried it. And it works because of the moisture.
Really? Just the moisture.
Yeah, that exact packet of silken tofu, when mixed with the flour, slowly releases its water content. It yielded perfect, manageable dough every single time.
So it takes all the guesswork out of the hydration.
Exactly. Plus, it made the dough a lot healthier.
That is just brilliant. But even with the tofu hack solving his dough problem, he's a busy professional living alone.
Right. He can't be making dough from scratch every single night.
No, he didn't always have the time. He desperately needed ready-to-eat lifelines.
And that's where exploring with his roommates really pays off.
Yes, tagging along with Mickey and Sarah opens some huge doors for him. They take him to this place called Four Winds.
Where they go to get fresh hummus and pita, right?
Exactly. But while he's there, he checks the frozen section and finds frozen parathas.
Oh, score.
Huge score.
Right.
And then Mickey takes him to World Market, where Mickey likes to build custom six-packs of global beers.
And what does he find there?
He finds MTR ready-to-eat packets. You just boil them in water. It was a total lifesaver for a month or two.
But those import items are pricey, right?
Very pricey. It was a big hit to his budget. But beyond the cost, bringing these items home introduced a massive culture shock.
Ah, the refrigerator dynamics.
Yeah. I mean, coming from a strict vegetarian household in India, where meat eating was really looked down upon, this was tough.
Because now he has to store his expensive parathas right next to Sarah's frozen meat.
Exactly. And his perfect aloo gobi is sitting on the fridge shelf, literally inches away from her leftover beef dish.
For someone with his upbringing, that physical proximity is deeply uncomfortable.
It broke a major internal boundary for him. His initial urge was actually to go buy an entirely separate set of cooking pans just for himself.
Wow, just to keep everything completely segregated.
Yeah, he wanted that wall.
But practicality wins out, doesn't it?
He always does.
Yeah, I mean, the cost and the sheer reality of sharing a normal kitchen forced him to let that boundary go.
He realized his anxiety was really just a limitation of his own making. Much ado about nothing, as he puts it.
Which is such a profound realization. Sharing that kitchen actually normalized meat eating in his mind.
It totally smoothed over what could have been this stark cultural friction without them ever even having an argument about it.
It just happened naturally.
So he's conquered his internal biases, which is great, but practically he is still walking on a culinary tightrope.
Let's do a quick reality check on his scorecard right now.
Good idea. So his cooking skills are definitely a mixed bag.
Yeah, I mean, he can make acceptable chapati dough thanks to Auntie's tofu.
Right. But his rice is consistently a soggy, sticky mass.
And he's heavily reliant on those expensive frozen items, plus bread and fruit.
Yep. And here's the looming problem. That beloved starter kit from his family, it is about to run out completely.
Oh, man.
And he has absolutely no idea where his next batch of Indian ingredients will come from.
That is some real tension right there.
It is. And that pretty much brings us to the end of Chapter 10. And I just love the beautiful irony of this part of his story.
How so?
Well, navigating something as totally mundane as a shared refrigerator shelf ended up being a really profound exercise in adapting to a new culture.
It's so true. It's those little daily frictions that change us the most.
Which leaves me with a final thought for you to mull over today.
Let's hear it.
Think about how often our most rigid personal boundaries dissolve. It's rarely through grand philosophical debates,
I
right?
know, almost never.
It's simply out of the practical necessity of sharing a space with people we care about. But in today's world, with instant delivery apps and global shipping, you can isolate yourself so easily.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Does modern convenience actually rob us of that necessary friction? If you never have to scramble or compromise in the kitchen, do you ever truly integrate?
Wow. Something to really think about.
Keep adapting, stay curious, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.